Hello friends, and welcome back to another Friday with Nye. I decided this week we weren't done hacking that off the shoulder pattern, and so we're going to go ahead and do another hack. And you may already know what it is if you saw the thumbnail, so you might have just chosen to hang around because you like me.
Yeah, that's right!
Mostly because we're friends, right? Right. I'm Nye with Ellie and Mac. I'll see you after the intro. Okay, welcome back. Wasn't that a fun intro that we have every single video? Well, I find it entertaining. Okay, so what you're going to need to know about what we're doing today is adding a cowl neck to the off-the-shoulder romper, because I happen to believe that a very well-draped cowl neck can be super sexy. Okay, maybe not super sexy, but like sexy enough to bring the boys to the yard, but not have them come onto my property, if you know what I mean.
Stay outside my property lines.
Sexy, but not too sexy. All right, I think I made my point. Okay, so what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a ruler, you're gonna need a marker, you're gonna need all your sewing things, and you're gonna need some fabric, because if you don't have any fabric, I can't help you with that. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take a nice big sheet of paper. You're going to go ahead and trace your pattern onto that nice big sheet of paper. Just like that. Easy, right? Okay. I already know how I like this pattern, and I like to take a little bit of ease off the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, because that's how I roll. And I'm going to go ahead and mark that off and just take a little bit of that ease off of the side of this pattern. I'm also going to take a little bit off the hem because I don't want as much drapey drape at the waistline. And also because I use a smaller elastic, sometimes, having a casing that's so big with a tiny elastic doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, so now that I did that, I edited it to my can I even say that word properly? Yikes. Okay, now I added that, and I'm super happy with it. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your fabric. I know, don't cuddle okay, you can cuddle your fabric. I know how we are, us fabric folks. We just love our fabric so much that we just want to hang out with it on the weekends and cuddle it and roll around. Listen, fabric is money, okay? I will put fabric down and roll around on it because I love it so much. Hey, Dahlia, I'm videotaping, so you can't come in, baby, okay? Love you. I love my fabric. And so this fabric, if I can get it right side up. Okay. Grief almighty. So what you want to do is you want to take your fabric and you want to hold it across your body. This piece is actually, on the original pattern, it's this wide. So what you want to do is you want to extend it so it drapes down your body. So basically you want to hold it onto one side and just kind of play with it a little bit to see what kind of drape you get, right? So if you want like a super deep drape, you want to make it a lot wider. But like I said, I want the boys to, I would like for boys to be tempted to come to my yard, but don't get on my property. So just a little drape for me, okay? Just like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is mark it. And measure it. What I have here is about 15 inches. So I will measure my top, right? And this is already about 6 inches across. From here to here is already 6 inches, right? So if I want the top part of my drapey drape to be 15 inches, I know that this is going to be times 2, because this is the pattern. When you lay it down, it will be doubled. So this is actually going to equal 12 inches, right? So if I want it to be 15 inches, I have to add 3 inches to the side flanks of the upper portion of this bodice. I'm actually going to head and increase that to about 17 inches, right? So it gets a little more drapey. So I'm going to do like 17 inches, right? So if I want 17 inches and I already have 12, so I'll take 12 away from that. That gives me 5. So basically what I would have to add is 2.5 inches on this side and 2.5 inches on the other side. And so what I'm going to do here is mark it. 2.5 right here. Right. And so now I know that when I fold it in half, I'm actually going to have an increase of 5 inches total. Okay. So now that I had that there, I'm going to take the original pattern and a ruler, and I'm going to extend the top part of my bodice to that line there. That was gross, I'm sorry. I always tell my kids, stop putting things in your mouth that's not food. And then I go take the cap off my marker with my mouth. If my kids were here, they would be telling me about myself. Do your kids do that? Do you have kids? If you have kids, then you know exactly what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to take the point of my original bodice here and line it up with my dot that I made for my 2.5 inches. And then I'm going to shimmy it down, just kind of rotate it down to the side of my garment. And that is going to be my armhole. Just like that. Whee! Okay. So now you see I've taken out this side. This is my new armhole. This is my new top. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so now I have my top front cut out. Just like this, right? So now you have to go, what in the world do I do with the back? Well, the back is easy, okay? For the back, all you need to do is take your pattern and fold it down where your arm seam is. Make sure you leave enough for your seam allowance. So leave about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch up here for your seam allowance. So you fold this down at the arm seam, increase this by about 1/2 inch, 1/4 to 1/2 inch for seam allowance, okay? And then cut that on the fold. How to line the top of your romper so that you don't have any naked fabric hanging out, because we don't like naked fabric. No, we don't. Okay, so super easy. You're just going to make the lining exactly the same as the top part of your pattern. You want to make sure that it's long enough so that you are including the arm seam of your top. That way the lining stays inside of your top and doesn't try to crawl out the side of your armpit. That might look kind of creepy to people that see you in public. Just sew all the way around the top and around your arm seam, and you're good to go. Let's inventory our parts and pieces. You should have one front, one back, one front lining, and shoulder straps. If you haven't cut your shoulder straps, they are going to be 1.25 inches by whichever length you desire for your ties. Very, very simple and easy. All right, I'm going to go do all the things. And then I'll let you know how it went, okay? Let's get together, yeah. Let's put those pieces together, y'all. Really quickly, you should have one front piece lining. You should have a couple of shoulder ties, and you should have a back piece. Now, we're not going to talk about the bottom because we're not going there today, okay? Okay. So, first thing you want to do is take your back piece with the right sides down. Fold the top down 3/4 inch and sew a straight stitch straight across. Once you do that, you are going to take your shoulder straps and you're going to fold them in half right sides together, sew down the shoulder straps, and then turn them right side out. When you're done with that, make sure you have two. When you're done with that, you're going to take your front piece Make sure you have it the right side up. So you're going to take your front piece and then you're going to tuck your shoulder straps in at the points, right sides facing, and then you're going to take your liner and put it on top of your front piece. Now you're going to want to put a quick stay stitch on the tips of your shoulder straps in order to keep them in place when you sew all the way around, and then flip your pieces right side out. Then all you have to do is take your back and your front, sew down those side seams, right sides facing, and then tack your shoulder straps in the back. What? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, folks, let's do this one more time for the people in the back. You want to take the back piece of your garment, fold it down wrong sides facing 3/4 of an inch down. Make sure you sew a stretch stitch or a straight stitch all the way across. Go ahead and take those shoulder straps and put them right sides facing, sew all the way down long ways and flip them right sides out. Take those and aim them at the points at the top of the front of your pattern piece. Go ahead and put your lining on top of those straps right sides facing your front piece and then clip them in place. What you want to do is you want to sew a tiny stitch across here so that they don't move when you sew the whole top together. Once you are done doing that, you may sew from one armscye up and over the top front of your bodice and down the other armscye. Once you've done that, you may take the back and put it right sides facing your front piece and then sew down the sides. Once you've done that, that means you're done and you now have your sexy but not too sexy top. I love it. I'm super stoked about wearing this. It's perfect for summer. The stretch woven breathes really well in the summertime. I'm very, very excited to wear this top, which is actually going to be a romper. Super cute. I hope you had a fun time with me this Friday. I really am having kind of a fun time hacking this off the shoulder pattern. I think I might try to do some maybe wider flared shorts. Super cute. But you have to come back if you want to see. And I'll be back in about 2 Fridays. Okay? Thank you for watching me this week. I super appreciate everyone who comes to hang out with me on Fridays. I love to read your comments down below. If you have any hacks that you like to make out of the off-the-shoulder romper, let me know. Did you try the last one that I made? What? I'll leave some videos at the end of this video just in case you haven't had enough of me and you want a little bit more of Nye. Make sure you don't forget to yeah. Bye, friends.